If you're a gay man and you want to heal your inner child, you need to avoid these 6 mistakes. Number 1, skipping the grief work. One of the biggest mistakes I see with gay men who want to heal their inner child is that we tend to try to move on or rise above our pain without ever grieving it. We want to jump straight to empowerment and confidence building. There's a rush to be strong, to prove we're over the past, or to build the life we never had. But without processing what we lost, we end up dragging unresolved pain with us into our new life. For most gay men, we have what I like to call layered grief. It's not just about a homophobic parent or a bully at school. It's about the overarching absence of psychological safety during our childhood. It's about how we had to stay silent about our feelings. It's about the lack of mirroring from adults. It's about the inability we had to express affection without fear. As gay men, we have to mourn the childhood we should have had. A childhood where we got to feel seen, protected, and celebrated for who we truly were. If we skip this process, it leads to what I like to call fragile healing. It looks good on the outside, but it collapses under pressure. Number 2, trying to fix the inner child instead of loving him. As gay men, we tend to approach inner child work the same way we approach overall self-improvement, which is to try and fix what is wrong with us. Not just gay men, but as men in general, we tend to be very action-oriented when it comes to solving problems. We as men don't want to solve problems emotionally, which is totally fine. I think in society right now, we are doing too much of trying to tell men who they should be instead of just allowing us to be ourselves. But when it comes to your inner child, that gay boy inside of you, he is not broken. What he is scared and confused and longing to be accepted. So when you try and discipline him, shut him up, or shame him into growing up, you're unintentionally reenacting the same wounds you are trying to heal. What that inner child, that little gay boy inside of you needs is to be listened to without judgment. He needs you, the adult version of yourself, to tell him that he didn't deserve the crap he went through as a kid, and that he is loved and it wasn't his fault. Healing our inner child comes from nurturing, not correcting. Number 3, intellectualizing the process. We as gay men are typically incredibly insightful. We had to be in order to survive childhood. A lot of gay men have read the books, maybe even gone to therapy. They might understand attachment theory inside and out. But healing is not something we can think our way through. The only way to heal is to actually feel it. And that's the part a lot of gay men avoid. As gay men, it feels a lot safer to analyze our problems than to cry. It's safer for us to name our trauma than it is to feel the deep sense of emptiness it left behind. But unfortunately, our inner child doesn't speak in psychology terms. That little gay boy inside of you speaks in feelings. He needs you to sit with the fear, the shame, and the loneliness. That's where the real healing happens, because you can't outsmart your way out of emotional wounds. The only way out is through. You have to feel them, grieve them, and truly be with them in order to move forward. Number 4, mistaking sexual liberation for emotional healing. For a lot of gay men, claiming our sexuality after years of repression feels like freedom. And don't get me wrong, it can be an important part of healing. There's a reason that most gay men have a hoe face, and I see this a lot of gay men can easily fall into the trap of using sexual liberation as just another way to avoid deeper emotional pain. When we use sex to fill a void, or when we rely on external validation to feel worthy, we are letting our wounded inner child run our lives on autopilot. That little gay boy inside of you, he wants to be touched so that he knows he matters. He wants to be desired so he can feel lovable. There is nothing wrong with sex, but sex should never be a substitute for connection. Healing your inner child means you can enjoy intimacy without requiring it in order to prove your worth. Healing your inner child as a gay man means that you can get to a place where you can feel loved even when you are alone. Number 5, isolating during the healing journey. I always like to tell gay men that shame is a liar. And one of shame's favorite lies is that no one will understand you. As gay men, especially if we grew up feeling different or rejected, we learn to tackle life alone. So when we start healing, we just naturally try and do it all in private. We start reading books, we start journaling, we start watching videos like this one on social media. But we're doing all of this while avoiding any real vulnerability with other people. So here's the problem with this. As gay men, our inner child was wounded in the context of relationships, whether that be with family, friends, or just society at large. And because of that, we have to heal in relationships. There is no other way. Now, I understand you might be isolated. Maybe you feel like you don't have anybody, and that's okay. You don't need a whole village of people to help you heal, but you need someone, a trusted friend, a partner, a therapist, a support group. You need someone. Your inner child, that little gay boy inside of you, needs witnesses. He needs to see proof that people can love you even in your messiest moments. Not just when you are strong, but also when you are weak. Your inner child, he needs to feel chosen, not just tolerated. Isolation may protect your wounds, I'll give you that, but it also keeps you from healing. Number 6, trying to erase the past instead of integrating it. As gay men, it can be easy to want to leave the past behind entirely. We want to just put a button on it, close it up, forget the pain, and become someone new. But the reality is that healing is not about erasing our history. It's about reclaiming it. It's about getting to a place where you can acknowledge all the messed up things that happened to you, but also recognize that it shaped you to be who you are today. Your inner child doesn't want to be erased. He wants to know that you're willing to love him, to honor him, and that you're proud of him for surviving everything he's been through. When you cut off that little gay boy inside of you, it might protect you from some pain, but you also end up cutting off the parts of yourself that are the most tender, the most creative, and the most alive. And that is the opposite of what healing your inner child is all about. Because as gay men, we grew up in a world that didn't make space for our full, authentic selves. For some of us, that meant enduring outright abuse. But for all of us, it meant absorbing quiet, constant messages that we were too much, not enough, or just inherently wrong. Healing means reaching back for that younger version of ourselves, the one who had to hide, perform, or shrink, and letting him know that you don't have to do that anymore. It means honoring his pain, reclaiming his joy, and slowly learning to live as the whole person he never got to be. And that's not just inner child work, that's true healing and liberation. If you liked this video, hit subscribe and join the community. So many of you have shown up with support lately, and it's really kept me going. Together, we're building a space where gay men can feel safe, seen, and start healing. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.